Right, we want to get on to talk about Thiago because it seems to be heating up a little bit now. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to this, but Manchester United fans have been getting a bit optimistic over the possibility of them actually going and signing Thiago. Now, the former Bayern Munich president spoke about the situation, and I'll touch on that in a sec. But before I do, ladies and gentlemen, just want to take a second to say, don't forget, if you're enjoying the stream, hit that subscribe button, drop a like on the video as well, and keep your comments coming. And don't forget all the other stuff, the Flick chat group, all that stuff. Loads of links in the description. Just check it out. I'm not going to just ram stuff down your throat all the time. Memberships are open, Flick chat groups open, super chats, super stickers, all that stuff. Anything you need to know, there's links in the description of the stream. Also, shout out to our social media accounts at Anfield Agenda on Twitter and Instagram. Right, let's get into Thiago because that's what we all want to know about. Former Bayern president Uli Hoeneß has come out and said that Liverpool and Manchester United are attempting to basically blackmail Bayern Munich over the Thiago situation, and this is what he had to say. It's a difficult situation. A while ago, Bayern Munich agreed a new 4-year contract. Some days later, Thiago said, I'm looking for a new challenge, which is totally okay. So first part, we pretty much know. Nothing new there. From my point of view, that has no style. I think he obviously has an agreement with Liverpool or Manchester United, both of them. Now, both clubs are bluffing and no one has contacted Bayern officially. Now, that is an important line there. Nobody, because we heard the other day stories coming out that suggested Liverpool had offered 30 million euro and then been told no, the price is now 35 million euro. So no offers have gone in. There's been a couple of people that have said Liverpool have made offers, more than one journalist actually. But according to Uli Hoeneß, former president of Bayern Munich, no offers have gone in. He went on to say, from my point of view, that has no style. They're trying to blackmail us by waiting until the last week when they're going to make a cheap offer. In that case, Bayern have to ask themselves the question, do they want to go along with that, or do they tell the player that he has to stay? It's going to be a hot 3 weeks until October the 5th. Now this, in me, is obviously Bayern, in my opinion, is Bayern Munich trying to turn the tables and see if they can push Liverpool or United into making an offer. Don't forget, it's in Bayern Munich's interest to try and make both clubs think that the other one's got just on the fringe of making an offer, just ready to go. Bayern have themselves a player who's told them that he wants to leave, and as much as Uli Hoeneß spins this, you can't get away from the fact that he is available to sign a pre-contract with anybody outside Germany in January. So whatever Bayern Munich do, they could end up losing the player for free. So what do? Do they keep somebody who said he doesn't want to be there, just to spite Liverpool and potentially Manchester United over a fee? Or do we sit back and be clever about this and wait it out? And that's, I think, what we're seeing right now. Both clubs just sitting back and waiting it out and seeing who blinks first. It's frustrating, it's annoying, it's not what we want to see, but it is the situation. I don't really know what else to say on this one. If Wijnaldum signs a new deal, I will be amazed. And one of the reasons I'll be amazed, by the way, is to do with the homegrown quota, which I'm going to pull up an image of in a minute to talk through. So don't miss out on that, by the way. If you're thinking of heading off or going for a pee, don't. This is a really important section that we're going to go through in a minute. And one that I'd love your feedback on as well. I don't know about Thiago is the honest answer. I don't know what the situation's what's gonna happen in the situation. The United stuff doesn't sit well with me. I mean, I was speaking to Connor about this yesterday, and he rightly, and I agree with him, said that he'd be absolutely fuming if Manchester United went out and got Thiago. Not just because it's United getting a good player, but it's because it's another player who openly said he wanted to come to us that we haven't pulled the trigger on. Happened with Timo Werner, happening again now with Thiago as things stand, but there is still lots of time to change. It is important, as Uli Hoeneß pointed out, to remember there are 3 weeks left in this transfer window. And we were always going to be waiting till the end. We were always going to be looking to move a few players on. And as you can see in the title of tonight's stream, it has been confirmed by James Pearce that Liverpool are still in the market for a couple of players. But the positions that James Pearce was talking about are a wide forward and a centre-back. The ones that I've been saying to you guys all along, I'd personally like us to go out there and get. Obviously Thiago as well. I'd love Thiago. I don't think any Liverpool fan wouldn't like a Champions League winner, somebody as silky as Thiago, to come in and put pressure on our midfield. But I don't know, man. I'm going to get into it in more detail, but I want to touch on the homegrown quota in a minute. I just want to go through a few of your comments because I hate ignoring you guys. There you go. There's the image. So, the homegrown quotas. Let me talk you through this just in case you're not aware of what's going on. Homegrown doesn't mean that you have to be born and raised in England. Homegrown means that a player must have been on the books of the club or affiliated with a club for at least 3 years before they turn 31 or 21, excuse me. It doesn't mean they have to be born in England, as I said earlier on. Every club can register 25 players with the Premier League. 17 non-homegrown players, or excuse me, 17 non-homegrown players at most, and Liverpool, here's Liverpool's homegrown situation right now. Currently, Liverpool's homegrown players: Jordan Henderson, Quivin Kelleher, Joe Gomez, Trent, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, James Milner, and Harry Wilson. So that's 7 players that Liverpool have that are technically homegrown. Now, if you look across to the other column, we've 18 players registered that aren't homegrown, which is one above the quota. Now, you can look at that list and think, are we only probably moving on? That brings us back to 17. But now you see, while we're talking about the Thiago situation, it's a little bit more complex than just, do we go and get Thiago? We know that Gini's most likely going to stay, so that doesn't free up a place. So somebody has to move on to free up that non-homegrown place, to make sure that we stay within that 17. Now, looking through the list there, Karius, every possibility that Karius will move on. Arioni, as I said, that would get us to the 17. There's a possibility that Shaqiri could move on, but if you're looking at that list, you can understand why the club are making sure that they have players who can be moved out. Karius is the obvious one to me that would free up a place there, along with Arioni, so that would bring us to 16, and maybe we'd be able to go out there and get Thiago. But it is something that we do have to keep an eye on, and it isn't just about the money. But I want to know what you guys think about it. And look, if you've any questions over this, please do let me know. It's something that I haven't really touched on before because I didn't have enough information at hand. But this gentleman, Ahmed, kindly posted this one up on Twitter. As you can see, his Twitter handle's in the bottom corner. Always like to give credit to people where due. The man took the time to make this, so there you go. And that's what James Pearce was touching on. Any outgoings will probably trigger some incomings. Not just for financial sake, but also because of the homegrown quota of 17. So Salah to Barcelona. Have you seen this, ladies and gentlemen? Now, as ridiculous as these comments come from European sides and European journalists and people close to Ronald Koeman, this one is just beyond ridiculous for me. So Dutch football agent Sjaak Zwart, I believe, I hope that's how you pronounce it, has said that Ronald Koeman wants to sign Salah. In fact, he went on to say, I know Koeman wants him and I know Salah would like to go. Now let those words sink in. I know Koeman wants him, and I know Salah would like to go. Now, I have to say, Mohamed Salah to me yesterday looked like a man that was happy, looked like a man that was ready to go for the new season, and looked like a man that was ready to shove the doubt that some people place on him down their throat and make sure that he gets into the Premier League team of the season this year, because I'm sure he feels a little bit slighted by being left out of last season's one. I don't see any truth in this. I mean, let's break it down. One, he's not for sale. We can start off with that one. Secondly, Barcelona are in a shambles at the minute, and how the hell are they going to afford him? They walked away from the Lautaro Martinez deal because they haven't got the money to buy him. Now, how the hell are they going to come and get Mohamed Salah from Liverpool, a player who must be valued minimum £150 million? Barcelona are not an attractive option at the minute. Anyone that goes in there knows they're probably going to play for a manager that's not going to be there come the end of the season. We all know with the Barcelona presidential elections coming up that when the new president comes in, the first thing he wants to do, the one that is going to win the election, wants Xavi to be the manager. So Koeman's pretty much just on a 1-year contract. He's got given a 2-year deal, but it'll pretty much be 1 year and then 1 year's compensation. So why would Salah commit himself to Barcelona when he doesn't know the managerial situation long term? It just seems silly to me. I mean, Barca can't afford it. We know they can't afford it. So we can just put this one in the other pile of crap. It seems like every time one of our players has a decent game, the Real Madrid to Barcelona links come. I mean, you can look back. There's been links to Mane, Firmino and Salah to the two Spanish clubs over the past few seasons. And sometimes you think, alright, maybe there is some truth to this, but I'm sure Barcelona would want them. Who wouldn't want Mohamed Salah? But you ain't getting him. You can't afford him. And I'm absolutely certain that he doesn't want to go. Why would he? Why would he want to go to Barcelona right now? Surely to God he can look around and think that we're a more attractive proposition. Yes, Messi's still there, but we know he wants out. I don't know. I just think it's absolute nonsense, to be honest with you.